Hi, folks. These are some of the Jerusalem artichokes, also known as sunchokes, that a friend of mine gave me from her family farm, or their family farm. They've been out there for over a decade, maybe 2 decades now, building them a wonderful place. And what I want to do with this with this little intro here is to tell you a little bit about the way I did this video and her place, or their place there. I say her because she's out there ramrodding the effort. She's in charge, and you'll know that. But anyhow, don't hate me for saying that. But lady's in charge. She knows what she's doing out there. But what they've done is made them a Garden of Eden, private little place, out of the way. They worked hard, and my video today cannot properly give tell the story the way it needs to. My cinematography skills and lack of them is going to prevent that a little bit. So the video that you're about to see is going to be choppy, lots of little things put together, and there's even like at least four times that I say bye, and then I move on to something else. So bear with me on that. I'm trying to get my quality up there and knowing what I'm doing, but I'm learning something with each one of these, and so future videos are going to be better. So just bear with me along with this, and it really is. It's going to be choppy, and it won't do justice to what they've created out there over all these years. It won't. There's so many more things I want to show you out there, and the next videos I make will have a little bit more of that smooth flow that I don't have right now. You'll get to see a few things up close of what they're doing, and I'm going to show you how they make their stinky. That's what they call stinky, their version of compost tea. It's extremely powerful. Most of y'all have heard of compost tea. I've made a little bit of it myself, but they make it out there on a big scale. It's a continual process. So bear with me as I show you this, and there may be other videos that I do that go along with this one later on that'll be smaller, particularly with their muscadine muscadine video. That little bit there, I couldn't do the story justice, and so I'm probably going to break that out into another one. It's a story that you need to hear, and along the way with this trip, I'm picking up things, just a few things, and it goes fairly quick, but it's a story of resourcefulness and what you can do every day to make your life a little bit better by picking up things you find along the way in life. That's the way we learn things. All these are fresh out of her bed, or their Jerusalem artichoke bed, one of them, and just cleaning them up now. I'm going to make another quick video here in a minute showing you the difference between these and some others, but anyhow, that's enough for this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just bear with this choppy mess that I've put together, and I'm glad I'm not using film. It's digital, and I've edited it for the last 2 days and still messed it up, and so I'm going to let it go with this being an explanation to kind of cover the lack that this video has in it. But I do hope you enjoy it, and it's this wonderful place, wonderful people out there doing wonderful things. So y'all hang on. It's going to be about a 30-minute trip all told, and I hope you enjoy it, and look forward to seeing you back for my next videos. Thank you. We're going to go on a road trip today. Let's go north. my little place here up in the mountains. Let's head off toward Gadsden Way, somewhere north on 59, way north. Y'all ready? First road trip on my channel. I'll see you there. Let me turn this off. Hey, I had to stop for a few things. Sorry. Look what I found here. As if I need some more. Just one more thing. Just one more thing. Just one more. One more. One more strap. I don't get out that much. But when I do, whatever I find, it's coming with me. Well, let's pick her. Let's get us a little strap here. Be surprised what I'm gonna do with these things. Just one more thing. Just one more thing. Are we there yet? No, because I gotta stop and pick up one more thing. Thank you, I'll take a bucket. Welcome back, folks. Well, my Days Till Spring challenge is over. It's spring now. Today is the first day of spring. And I'm out in a special place. I've mentioned to y'all before a few times about a family that's I'm friends with, and they've got their own little private garden. It's a wonderful place where they grow all kinds of perennial and native plants, all kinds of annuals. It's their little private getaway from everywhere else in the world. And they've got some amazing things here. What we're looking at is a tunnel. And this tunnel has been made out of cattle panels and some very special, really rare type of bronze muscadines. I think they're called Carlos. It may not be that rare, special, but these particular ones are. Now, she told me that that they were hard to find initially whenever she got them, or whenever they got them. I'm gonna start rambling here, but the story that I'm going to tell you about these scuppernons is just amazing. They're muscadines or scuppernons. I think they're scuppernons. I want to find out and make sure. But the story's amazing. It came down to just one plant that barely made it. She had great success growing them and great troubles in keeping them all alive from other forces. Among them was an F4 tornado that came in and destroyed most of them. Yep, a lot of good food coming off of here, perennial food, forever food. Today, the focus of my video is going to be something called Stinky. Look at it. I wish you could see everything I could see. This is a weeping mulberry tree. Look at that. Look at springtime. Nature showing herself right here. There's going to be weeping mulberries coming off of this tree very soon. Now look down here. What you see down there is just one patch, one small patch of comfrey. It's either the regular kind or it's Bocking 14. I think this is the regular spreading kind. But this is one of the powerful ingredients used to make their own special compost tea. It's very powerful. This and Curly Dock come together, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Just follow me. Okay, I did just confirm that these are bronze muscadines. They're not scuppernons. They're a bronze variety of muscadines called Carlos. Just wanted to put that in there. Now we're about to cut some of this comfrey up to make the stinky. All right, we're gonna she's actually harvesting this comfrey right now. Just getting in there with her hori. Guess we can see mostly grass right here. Yeah, that's comfrey. Now, is that Bocking 14? Okay, this is the regular comfrey. This is regular, not wild comfrey, but it's another variety that spreads. The Bocking 14 is made in such a way that it does not spread. This will, and it can be a good thing for you, but you got to manage it. All right, on to the next step. Okay, what we're going to do now is take the comfrey, and they'll also add in with the comfrey. They'll add curly dock. Curly dock is almost as powerful in nutrients as comfrey is. It sends its roots down into the soil very deep. They just cut it up. We've got 2 batches already going of different ages, and we'll start a new one here today. Just take that comfrey and cut it all up. Comfrey is just so amazing. It's one of the most useful plants around any home, homestead, anything like that really. And I want you to know that is some stinky stuff down in there. It takes a little while to make it, for it to sit there and steep. Now we're gonna just add a little water in there, and it's gonna sit there and just stew and break down, making that compost tea. They've come to call it stinky over the years, and it really is. Okay, now she's blowing in some air to give it a little aeration. So, and mixes it up too. It's pretty simple stuff here. And when it's finished, you've got a powerful ingredient, a powerful fertilizer that you can use. You can add it to the soil or directly on your plants, but you need to cut it with water because it's just a little too strong for them. This is simple stuff, like making potions when you was a kid, probably. Remember that? That was probably out there. Oh, now look here. Like with sourdough bread and other types of bread, she's going to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that from in here, and put it over here. Use a starter. This is loaded with all the bacteria and microorganisms it takes to break it down. We'll add that back to that next batch. It'll sit there and break down. I tell you, whoever come up with making compost tea, pretty amazing. I think the first time I ever saw it was David the Good. David the Good Gardener. That's the first one I ever heard of to ever make it, I think. All right, now we're gonna go in here and get some that's ready. It's concentrated. All right, I'm just gonna bottle it up right now. Bottling up some of this here stinky. Ooh, I need to get upwind. Oh, and we're practicing some social distancing and some safe mask wearing practices too. I've got mine off right now so that I can talk and you can hear me well. Y'all need help hearing me well the way I talk, I know. And that's a bottle of stinky right there, concentrated. You can use compost tea for foliar feeding if you break it down, or cut it with a little water. Add it directly to the soil. I think most of the time you cut it, you do a ratio of this concentrate 1 part to 15 parts. Okay, the way we're doing this is 1 part to 15 parts of water. It's just that strong. And that should be good for foliar feeding or adding directly to the ground. Yeah, yep. Your plants can really use that foliar feeding. Not all the time. And you can learn more about foliar feeding and compost tea all over. This is what they're doing. And you look, there's nothing more than found items that they use out here. Making use of every resource possible will help you get further along. It's those things that money can buy, but if you reuse and utilize things, maybe you don't have to buy so many of them. Use nature. Let nature help you do what you want to do. We start up a fresh batch of stinky. We got one that's a little older and one that's completely done and ready to use. Take that as a starter, add it back to your first. It's recycling. Nature wants to help you. If we just learn how to do things like this, it's going to make the garden grow very, very well. Okay, now we're going to go somewhere else. Hold on. Look at what I see here. On the way, we're going over here to where they've got some curly dock growing. They didn't have curly dock when they got here years ago. What we're looking at here, though, is asparagus bed. Look at that. Asparagus bed. Yeah, she's like a rabbit. She just ate that thing. It doesn't last long around here. I'm sure a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's go find that curly dock now. As we're walking around here, making the stinky video, come across a tree, one of my favorite fruits in the whole world, and that's a pawpaw. This is a pawpaw tree. It's done got enough age up. I'm not sure what variety it is. Oh, we got a variety right here. This sunflower pawpaw. That's a very, very popular fruit there. Look in there. It's hard to get the lighting just right on a dark blossom. It's a beautiful, beautiful little blossom. And that will, that's going to open up into a deep burgundy flower. Funny thing about pawpaws, they're so old, they don't have normal pollinators. Now, the zebra-tailed butterfly is one of its pollinators. So the bananas will attract that to your pawpaw trees or anything else, but bananas are great butterfly attractors. The carrion fly. The carrion fly goes after rotten meat. That is the first pollinator of these pawpaw trees that we're aware of. Amazing. Rotted meat. And when this blossom opens up, it smells a little bit like that. But the fruit is a wonderful tropical flavor to it. It's actually classified as a tropical fruit. But unlike most of them that you can grow here in America, and they're native to America. These pawpaws are native to America, grow all the way from, I guess, Florida all the way up to Canada. So there's different types that are land raised to, all the way up there. Sacagawea fed Lewis and Clark an awful lot of pawpaws along their journey. But they're very old. They used to have large fields here, the Native Americans did. Gets to be about 1.5 pounds. Each fruit can get up to be about 1.5 pounds. So it's our largest native species of fruit. I mean, you're talking about a great big fruit right there. With a little taste of pineapple, apple, and different hints of tropical nature there. It's a wonderful thing. Most of the time, though, you eat it with a spoon or just right out of the skin. Don't eat the skin or the seeds. Just plant the seeds. Yeah. But anyhow, this is another one of those forever foods. Now, this is a grafted variety, but there are wild pawpaws out there that you can find that have been eaten for countless millennia. So it's just another thing today on the first day of spring that's got me excited for growing. I hope it does you too. Okay, we're over here where they've got curly dock growing, a lot of it. When they first moved here, they did not have any dandelions, not one dandelion, and not one curly dock plant, neither one of them. Look at how big this is. Very soon it's going to send up a spike, a seed spike, and spread some more. You know, people look at it and say, oh, those are weeds. Well, as powerful as most of you know about how comfrey is, curly dock sends its roots down so deep just like that too. It'll bust up the soil and get minerals down deep and form compounds that are only bested by comfrey. So, and that's just by a little bit. Curly dock is incredibly powerful. Most of the dock families are. So compost tea, or as they call it, stinky, is some very strong stuff. Comfrey and curly dock. The curly dock grows so well, they utilize it very much. So this is just one of their little curly dock patches here. They've got a lot of curly dock here. All right, and we're gonna get in here and cut this now. We're gonna cut it and add it to the pot of stinky that we've already got going there. We cut up the comfrey earlier. Now, y'all look up the wild things. You know where I told you to go do that and get you some help in identifying curly dock. I'm sure that TN woman Tanya Neal has got a video on showing you what curly dock is. Yeah, I'm showing you here. It gets to be a big plant. It's a very powerful plant. Yep. Simple stuff. Making a powerful fertilizer to help the rest of your plants grow like weeds. You see what I did there? Okay, let's go back. Okay, now we're back over here at the comfrey station that we got set up, and she's gonna go ahead and cut this up, I guess, and add it in. Where you gonna add that to it. There we go. We showed you the comfrey, and it's the same thing. It's just cutting up something else green, but I did want to show you everything. Using nature. Letting nature help you save money on fertilizer, on food that you can grow yourself that'll be stronger with what you can make right here. And when we're talking about that kind of thing, the things that money can buy, you have to have money for, well, all this stuff right here will help you save a lot of money. If you're growing your own food, we talk about intrinsic values of things. Right there, a little piece of silver. It can't feed you, but it has intrinsic value. So long as we understand and all have the same belief that this matters. But all of us believe that food matters. So think about the intrinsic values of things. Don't, you know, these other things have their place, the medium of exchange, but food, that's the base level of everything. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make your own stinky. While I'm out here, I'm going to make 1 or 2 more videos and then try to get back to my old place. I'll see you over at the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching on the first day of spring. Y'all get out there and get growing. What we're looking here at the first day of spring right here, these little plants right here are called Jerusalem artichokes, sunchokes. The ones that were harvested out of this bed, they've been taken out, but they always leave a little bit behind, and you can never get them all, they say. And those are coming up out of the ground, what was left on this first day of spring. I'm going to show you a little bit more. I think you're going to like this. I'm going to dig up some Jerusalem artichokes. It's been overwintered right here in the ground. This whole bed was Jerusalem artichokes. There we go, got the digging fork down in there. I see a few. bugging me not to have my hands in that dirt. Look at that. Look at what's popping up here. A little bit. Oh, there's a lot more in there. Oh, we got him a farm cat here. Got a little farm cat. Look at there. I'm getting my hands dirty. Look at that. Arkansas woodcutter. Does that look good to you? Yeah. They have a few more Jerusalem artichokes on their place. They've been growing them for years. Got a few different things out here that I don't have. A lot more of experience. I'm learning from them. Look at there. Look at that. Just sitting there overwintering. You know, that's the one thing about Jerusalem artichokes. You can just leave them in the ground till you get ready for them. Just like keeping them in the refrigerator. You can do the same thing with most root vegetables, they say. Just leave them in the ground. Look at that. Food ready to go. Look at that clump. That clump of food right there. It's going to be taken out, washed off, and go again. Look at all that. Food forever. Keep spreading just the way nature and Creator intended, right there for us. We're going to share this amongst friends. Just look at that. Yeah. That little grub action there too. Yeah. Look at there. Look at there. I'm getting my hands dirty. Yes. See, this is intrinsic value. This is what we've done for countless ages, sharing good food with each other all across the planet. I've got friends in Africa right now growing these. I have friends in the Philippines growing these. Friends in the UK, Australia, and just right down the road. So it's intrinsic value. When you can keep your family fed and share these with people, that is what it's all about. Food. The baseline of everything. Common denominator. Common ground for everyone alive on this earth. Look at that. Look at that. All those little rootlets, it's ready to go. Okay. I'll let that be enough about this. There's plenty of resources out there to find out about Jerusalem artichokes. It's a powerful, fantastic food. And also because of the sugars that's in it, it's one of those things that are good for people that's watching their sugar or don't want to get a lot of sugar, regular blood sugar. It's got a special type, inulin. So y'all check that out. And these will go out to Arkansas woodcutter here in a little while. Y'all be good. All right. You know, I made some videos about Crohn's, and this family, this wonderful family, are the ones that gave me my first start of Crohn's. And I'm growing them, learning how. And what we've got here is this little tub here that had been growing Crohn's last year and overwintered in the greenhouse. And we don't know what we're going to find in here. This is the first time that it's been opened up. Look, that looks like it's ready for spring right there. Crohn's. A small little tuber. When they get some size on them, they're only going to be about 2 inches long after a while. Maybe 2 or 3. Oh, we just dumped. Well, let's see what we've got in here now. What have we got? Gonna get my hands in here. Which hand do I want to get dirty? Oh, looky here. Look at that. Now, Crohn's, in most conditions that we're going to grow them in, are not a huge crop. They're more like a side item. And to grow these is a wonderful thing. It's a gourmet food. They're kind of difficult to find. When you do find them, they're expensive most of the times. But they can't be counted on like so many other things that well, here we go. Look at there. Look, I said 2 inches long. I can't measure stuff right. Look at there. That's a little bit longer. But these little tubers are loved by a great many people all around the world, served in the finest cuisine. You're talking about $20 or more a pound for these. And that's before it gets on your plate and you get charged extra for that. So, and it's very expensive to buy online most of the time as well. So I've been very blessed to having what I've got and got started. And you're seeing now what it looks like when it was overwintered inside the greenhouse, and each one of these is about to go out and be planted, if they're not eaten. But look at there, they're all saying, look at that, each little green sprout is saying, I'm ready for spring. Yep, and they're going to spread. They're in the mint family, crones are. And look at this, look at this. My hand's dirty for you. The crones are in the mint family. And like the mints, they love moisture. They like to have that damp soil. See that? Look like pearls, little pearls that you pull up out of the ground. It's amazing stuff here, amazing. But they do like the nice wet soil, and they got their own special conditions that they need, just basically that, and they'll spread relatively well. It's just turning all these into the dirt, that's all. And they're very strong. So anyhow, that's crones. It's a plant I'm excited about. Y'all get you some. Start growing some of that. You can have some gourmet food. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you next time. Yeah, just one more on the way back home. One more. Okay, I lied. One more.